Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Kendal here. In case you didn't know who is live streaming right this very second. Hitting Monday morning with conscious coffee. On my second cup of coffee after just... That's a good morning of it. It's the first day of school for my 8th grader. My first grader will be starting school on Wednesday. And it was so funny just watching him this morning because he was just like, yesterday we went shopping. We were, at all the stores over and getting him shoes, and he's got to have his Hollister stuff this morning, and he's all about, that. And so we went shopping and did our mom and son date because, yes, I do date my kids, and not just for back to school shopping days, but we do go on dates, and I just encourage that kind of one-on-one connection and just, getting to know my children a little bit better from a more intimate standpoint, not just the surface level stuff that we tend to get wrapped up in with our families and those close to us. So that's what my Sunday consisted of, was a lot of just family and friend and connection and clearing up a whole bunch of different stuff coming off of the high of a workshop on Saturday, a beautiful, beautiful workshop. And this morning I woke up and he was rushing out the door. Well, he wasn't rushing, but he was up having breakfast and changing his mind on his clothes and everything, what shirt's he going to wear and what he's not going to wear, and does he look good, and am I sure that today's the first day of school. He came in, I refused to get out of bed. I was just like, I'm not getting out of bed right now. I'm just going to relax. You can come here and hug me goodbye, and that's all great, but not, like, you can bring me some coffee. But his nervousness, it was very interesting just to watch him. It's not his first year in this school. He's going to the school that he knows, 3 houses away is the school. It's old routine for him with the people that he knows and everything and talks to frequently. But just this little nervousness about stepping into this new phase of life, because now he is truly the eldest in his eldest age bracket in the school, and right around the corner from high school. So I know that he's a little bit nervous about that. It's kind of got me thinking about how we as human beings, even as adults, we tend to have issues around stepping into these new phases of life, into these new places of life. We second guess, like he was doing this morning. Are you sure, Mom, that this is the first day of school? Are you sure that I have to do this kind of work? Are you sure that I have to move forward like this? And recently I've had a few clients come to me and they really want me to do their work for them. And as a coach, as an educator, I'm really just a guidance tool that some people choose to make use of my insight on different things. And when we do our work as adults, it is that we are doing our work. It is your work. It is my work. Our work is our work for a reason, because it can be nobody else's work. And that does not mean that we are to put our work onto anybody else. So I have I have lots of different things that I will allow my one-on-one clients to do. So when somebody is working with me one-on-one, they get unlimited access to me if they have signed up for the right program and everything. So more of that inner circle kind of mentality, and they have basically unlimited access. So I am pretty much available, text or email. I might pop off and do a coffee with people, of course, Facebook chat, all this different stuff. But here's the thing. When somebody writes me, all of this stuff, and I'll just call it like a journal entry. When somebody writes a journal entry to me and all of that, that is their work. It is not my work. It is their work to clear, to move through, to process. I, as a coach, am the guidance to go, okay, I'm going to read through it, but the answers that are being sought cannot come from me. They have to come from my client, right? Because it's not my work, it's their work. So it's this internal exploration that we must do. I can tell you from having some very high-end coaches in my life that, that I have worked with on my inner work with them, that in truth, like I've been shocked, because some of the stuff, like, I will pour my heart and soul out. I'm very guilty of doing exactly what my clients do to me. I think it's just human nature of just giving all of this stuff over to somebody that we're entrusting with our this deep awakening that we're having, and insight. And I will have given it all over. And there was one time I was working with my mentor, and I just I typed out a book to her. I just typed out this book because I was just going through all of this stuff, and I was scared to death to take this plunge forward. And it was all about, leveling up my business, really stepping into this new realm of coaching practice. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. If I do this, if I do what she is telling me that I need to do, like guiding me towards, that my heart and my soul is like, you need to do this, girl. Like, this is where you're going. This is what you need to do. And I wanted to throw up over it because it was just so scary. I was just edging on it, and no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And so I wrote her a book, and I just sent everything. And I'll never forget, she didn't even take the time to write anything back to me. She skimmed through it, and she popped me a little voice message back that totaled like a minute and a half of her talking to me. And she just basically went, bam, bam, there you go. And she told me that she felt sadness in me. She told me that she felt my desperation and my fear. She told me that, she's like, I just feel like this gray cloud over you, and you've got to just let that shit go. I want you to journal on, I don't remember what the prompt was. I want you to journal on this prompt, and I want you, you're going to have this worked out in the next couple days. I know you can do it. Go journal on this, and I'll touch base with you. No, she didn't say I'll touch base. She said, touch base with me on Monday. And this was Friday. So she didn't even tell me that she was going to touch base with me. But she was like, boom, boom, boom. She hit me, kicked me right in the spiritual balls in that moment. And I sat there and I went, yeah, she's right. She's right. I am not as turned on, as happy as I could be, as I want to be. I am not feeling that I need to be. And how am I supposed to move my business, my life, the direction that I want to move when I have this piece and it is like a veil over me? How am I supposed to move into that next phase when I am shutting my light off? And I sat there with that prompt. That freaking prompt. And in my head, I went, how the F is this going to move me? She says I'm going to get this by Monday. How is this going to move me into a higher vibration, into an awakening, into that next level in the next 2-3 days? How is this going to happen? How is it going to happen? And I wanted to go down the how route. I wanted to go down the, you're freaking crazy. I wanted to message her back, and I wanted to pour my heart and soul out to her, and I wanted to tell her all these different things, because I was like, you just don't understand. You don't understand why I have this depression, this gray cloud, this desperation, this fear. You don't understand. You're sure you're a mom, you got 2 kids, you're this, you're that, but you have more time than I have. You have, more understanding around this than I have. I'm this, I'm that, I've been through this, blah, 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 blah. I chose not to. I knew from the coaching perspective that if I went and dished out all of this needing to be understood to her, that number one, she didn't have the time of day to give me about my shit. She didn't. Nor should I expect her to give a shit about my shit. Has anybody seen that like meme that's going around? It's one of the pictures going around here on Facebook, where it's like saying that shit is the best English word in the dictionary because it can be used in so many different ways. It's very true. Very, very true. Because, we got good shit, bad shit. Yeah. Well, I had all this shit coming up, and she didn't give a shit about my shit. And I wanted her to. But at the same time, I understood that that would be disrespectful to her to think that I that my shit from my 40 years, of stuff, all of this desire, it was this victim that was needing, it was this inner child that was going, pay attention to me. Tell me that I'm important. Tell me that I'm valuable. Tell me that I'm this. I need you to pay attention to me so that I can move forward. Fuck that. That's not how it happens at all. That's not how it happens at all. We can open, we can share, we can be vulnerable. But nobody else, whether it is our coach, our spouse, our best friend, our child, our mother, our pastor, our therapist, our whatever they are to us, not one of those people is responsible for understanding where we're at, what we've been through, who we are, why we're making the decisions that we're making, why we're not moving through how we deem we should be moving through. They're not responsible for that. We are responsible for that. Us as an individual, that is our inner work. It is our space to move forward, and it is disrespectful, dishonoring, and really not loving. It is very self-centered to put our shit into a container and go, here, I want you to deal with it. I want you to deal with it, and I want you to take all your free time. I want you to take all that time that you probably don't have, because I know that you have a life, you have a family, you have friends, you have other people in your life that you're working with, you have things that you need to do for your own well-being, you have all this different stuff that you need to be doing. I know that is that with that for you, but here's my junkyard. And I want you to sort through my junkyard. And I want you to do this as much as I deem you need to do this. And I want you to come back, and I want you to tell me what steps to take, and I want you to tell me what to do, and I want you to tell me how I should do, and how am I going to move through this, and all this different stuff. That is not what a coach is for. That's not what your therapist is for. That's not what your mother's for, your spouse is for, your best friend's for. Nothing. We can open, we can vent, we can rant, we can do that. But if you are not getting your lessons in your venting, in the vulnerable venting that you do with the people that you trust, if you are not actually leaning into it and listening to your fucking self, then you're not getting anywhere. What you're doing is you're taking all of your power, and you are handing it over to somebody else, and you're saying, I can't move until you tell me how. Can't move until you tell me how. You've given them the keys to your vehicle that you are the owner, operator, registered person of. This is your car. You're the one who is driving it. This is your vehicle through life. It's your life, not theirs. And when you demand, like a spoiled little kid, demand, you need to do this. You put yourself into victim mode, and you limit your own growth. You limit your own understanding, and you take yourself away from the presence of who you are and the depths that you can go with yourself by going, I don't need to go here. That's why I have a coach. That's why I have a therapist. That's why I have a spouse. That's why I have a best friend. That's why I have a sister. That's why I have a mother. That's why I have. It's for them. I need their view. I need their understanding. I need their time. I need their energy. I need them to show to me that I am worthy of the growth, that I am worthy of the change, that I am worthy of the stuff that I want. And as long as you are putting your worth into somebody else's hands, as long as you are putting your growth into somebody else's hands, as long as you're putting your healing into somebody else's hands, your expectations are jacked up. And you will never, ever, 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 I cannot say ever enough, never, ever, get to where you want to be as long as you are making somebody else responsible for your internal work. It is called internal work because it is internal. It is internal. A good way to look at this is you break your arm, you go to a doctor. Now let's say your arm, it is busted. Now I've had a broken arm. I broke my arm when I was 7 years old and had to go to a doctor to get it fixed, right? Had to go to a doctor to get my arm fixed. So my arm was broken. I went to the doctor. The doctor had to set my arm, had to help me with alignment because it was really messed up, falling off of the monkey bars. So I got pulled off the monkey bars. And you know, he adjusted my arm to get it back into pretty much alignment, right? And then he bandaged it up to support it, to hold it into place. He gave me a tool to hold it into place. He gave me directions as to things to do to not further injure it, but to support its healing. Who healed my arm? Who healed my arm? Did the doctor heal my arm? Did I go to the doctor every single day and go, Doc, well, is it healed yet? Can you heal it a little bit more? Can you do that for me? No, right? The doctor did not heal my arm. My body, my internal work healed my arm. I healed my arm. I did the things that I was told that I should do to support its healing, to support its repair. I did those things. And even at age 7, I was a self-educated little girl who decided that she was going to take it upon herself to make sure that everything was going to be working properly, because even though it hurt, I sat there, you know, every single day and did the exercises that I knew that I needed to do. That even though the doctor didn't tell me to do them, I just naturally went, I need to do this. Like my arm feels stiff, my hand feels stiff. It feels better when I move my fingers, even when it's all messed up. It feels better when I actually stretch my hand and release, and stretch my hand and release. And the doctor then I remember going back to the doctor, you know, like a few weeks later when he went and did a checkup, or a month later or whatever it was. And I remember him saying, wow, you must be like doing things with your hand because your muscles are not weak. You know, like I had good flexibility and mobility with my hand and everything, that he was anticipating that I would have to go and do other things to actually make that, you know, to get that. And I had taken it upon myself to do further work. Outside of the guidance of what my doctor had told me to do, I did other stuff that helped to extend my healing, otherwise known in other ways: growth, healing, expansion, understanding, going internal, and doing the things that I needed to do to become the best version of me with that situation, right? Well, that is exactly the same thing that we need to do, no matter if it's a physical ailment or something going on mentally, a mental challenge with ourselves where we are just caught up and we're having difficulty being present, difficulty keeping, you know, doing the mindset things that we need to do. Because I hear a lot of people going, well, I'm just not motivated. I'm not motivated like you. I just don't have the focus that you do. I just don't have the creativity that you do. You know, if I was prolific like you, then I could do that. My writing, my live streaming, my consistency with different messaging, my consistency with different things that I do in any subject area of my life is a self-trained learning, growth, expansion. Nobody else decided that I was going to do that. Not for anybody else, not because somebody else told me to. Did I learn from other people? Absolutely. Absolutely. I went, hey, my mentor does this. She says that she used to not do that, and that she just put her fucking mind to it, and that she just decided, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how she catapulted her business. This is how she catapulted her health. This is what happened here. I had people in my life that had more kids than me at one point in time. Not really the case anymore, but I had people in my life that had more kids than me that I looked up to. And I was like, I really like the way they do that with their children. I like those things that they do with their children. I like that way of parenting. I want, like that. So I started to implement different things that I saw that I valued in other people. And I went, if it feels good to me, after I'm doing it and it feels good to me and it feels in alignment, then I'm going to consistently do it. And I created the habit out of that. But nobody else got me to create those habits. Nobody else is around here saying, hey, Kendal, make sure you do your conscious coffee today. Hey, Kendal, make sure you get that article out today. Hey, Kendal, make sure that you move your article and your conscious coffee over to your newsletter and to your website and to your different pages and your different social media. Nobody is telling me that I should do that or that that is the way. I have learned that that is my way, that that is my growth. And with that, I have grown. I have grown my capability of being more creative. I have grown my capability, my understanding of different things, along with nobody tells me that I need to go get more certification. Nobody tells me that I need to go to new trainings. Nobody tells me that I need to have different coaches in my life. None of that. Nobody tells me I need to exercise or that I need to eat a certain way or I need to do any of that. Nobody else fucking cares. Really, truly, what I do, what you do, what anybody else does. I mean, think about it. Does it really matter to you what your neighbor's doing? I mean, as long as it's not bugging you, it doesn't really matter, right? And we could say, well, it matters what my children do. It matters what my spouse does. Does it really matter to you if your spouse reads 4 books a month? Does it really matter to you if your spouse drinks 100 ounces of water a day? Does it really, truly, truly matter to you? Probably not, because they are their own individual. They are their own person. Does it really truly matter to you if they really go and do what they need to do at work? Well, it might affect your livelihood if they get fired, if their health goes down, if they're grumpy. That's going to all affect your well-being, yes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't actually matter to you. You cannot force anybody else to do anything, just like nobody can force you to do something. So your internal work, no matter what it is, when you're shifting your expansion work, whatever that might look like, whether that is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, does not matter. It's still your work. It's nobody else's. When you take it and you give it to somebody else, you put the responsibility on somebody else and you say, I need you to do this for me. Wrong expectation. Nobody owes you shit. Nobody needs to do anything for you. That's your work. You do your work. Nobody's coming in and wiping your butt when you go to the toilet, and nobody's going to come in and deal with your shit in this department either. It is definitely just your work, your cleanup work, your healing work, your expansion work, your growth work. It is your internal work because it is nobody else's. So I want you to ask yourself today, were you guilty of putting an expectation on somebody else to give more of a shit about your work than what you do? Where are you putting an expectation out there that it is somebody else's responsibility to get you to where you want to go? Where are you putting an expectation out there that it is somebody else's responsibility or purpose on this planet to make you feel good about yourself, to make you feel happy, to make you feel sexy, to make you feel desired, to make you feel anything that you want to feel? Because what do we do things for? We do things for the feeling. That's what we do. We want money, we want power, we want sex, we want the soulmate relationship, we want the house, we want the car, we want the job, we want the body, we want the furniture, we want the education, we want the travel, we want all of it. Not for it, but for the feeling that it gives us. So, you're in charge of that feeling. You're in charge of the internal work to get you to that feeling. Nobody else. Or are you guilty of putting that expectation onto someone else? And really get real with yourself. This is part of that shadow work land. And it is a land that we typically, our ego does not want us to even touch on, even embrace at all, because it's like, ooh, I gotta admit that I'm a little self-centered. I'm a little bitchy. I'm an ass over here. Like, I am just like, I've got my stuff going on, and that's just not That's not cool. You gotta see your shit in order to deal with it. Okay? You've got to see it, and if you've got to be willing to go into this darker realm in order to really access your truth, your light, and have that growth and that potential that is within you, because it's there. You're beautiful. You have that beautiful God light inside of you. You're dynamic. You have a message to share with this world. You have something that this world is desiring from you, and it is up to you to bring it. And if you're not bringing it, because like my mentor said, hey Kendal, I kind of think you're a little depressed. I kind of think you're just like you're holding back. I feel your fear. I feel like some desperation. Now when she told me this a few years ago, I was like, no. And I wanted to deny it. And I sat there and I didn't want to go into the land that I knew, even before I talked to her, I knew that I needed to go there. What she did was in a minute and a half, blah, 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 into her phone, leaving me a voicemail. In a minute and a half, she just showed light onto the pile of crap that I didn't want to look at, that I didn't want to deal with. And she said, you need to deal with that. I don't need to deal with it. You need to deal with it. That's yours. Here's a journal prompt. Love you. So, go deal with your crap. Go be responsible for your stuff. Stop giving your power away by putting responsibility onto other people, because it really truly is yours. It's all yours, baby. It really is. And if you're interested in some help with that, if you need somebody help you shine a flashlight onto your pile of crap somewhere out there, you need somebody to go, hey, here's your trash can. Here's your luggage. Here's the stuff. You can do this. I have faith in you. I see a little bit of this in you. I see a little bit of that in you. Here's a good swift kick. That's what us coaches are out there for. Maybe it's me, maybe it's somebody else. If it's me, definitely message me, pop me a message here on Facebook, go on my website, fill out my consultation. I do have a few openings for one-on-one. I always have group stuff going on. I always have online stuff going on. There are programs galore. So I hear, very prolific. And I'm always creating new stuff to help people access their true dynamic self. They really need to embrace their power, where you need to embrace your power, where you can embrace your power. And I do believe in you. So make sure that you look in the comment section. Consult request form is in the comment section. Also, my new program that is coming out very, very soon. You can read all about it. It is called Embrace Your Power. It is all about claiming your life, claiming your power, claiming your potential, looking through the shadow land, looking through this ego that is holding you back in fear, this restriction, this self-imposed restriction, because that's what it is it's self-imposed. That is the self-sabotage. And this workshop that I'm doing is global, is here available on Facebook, where it's going to be a beautiful group focus. It's 5 intensive weeks to get you moving through all of this stuff so that you can really truly claim your life, which if you're not into being responsible for your life, then number 1, I'm definitely not the coach for you. Number 2, don't even look at this workshop, because that is definitely not what you want to do. I'm all about taking responsibility for your life. I'm all about being authentic. I'm all about just really tapping into your power. And if you're not wanting to tap into your power, then you should have probably just swiped by me by now and just don't follow. But if that's not the case, if you are somebody who is really wanting to claim your life, who's wanting to level up your finances, level up your love life, level up your health, level up your quality of life, and go, no, fuck this. I want that fuck yes life. I really do. I want that. I know that it's in me. I know that I have the potential for it. I know that I can have it. And if that is you and you're really wanting it, then click on Embrace Your Power Global Workshop in the comments section. Get your butt signed up. It's well worth, and I'm telling you, is I'm giving away, basically, I truly am almost giving away, because 5 weeks of working one-on-one with me would be an astronomical more than what I'm charging for this. This is microscopic. So click on that, get your butt signed up. Let's get that preliminary work going. Let's get you started, and let's get you taking charge of your life and accessing that fuck yes life today. So, yeah, I think that's about it. That's all I'm going to announce for right now. If you want to work one-on-one with me, click on the consult request form in the comment section as well. And if I said anything in here that made you think of somebody that needs to hear it, hit the share button, share that with them, share it on your wall, share it someplace, whatever. Share. Sharing is caring. If I touched you in some way and just had you going, fuck yes, 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 or oh shit, holy crap, an aha moment, hit the share button, make a little comment, share this, share my page. And as always, you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. And just remember, stop existing, start living. You are worthy of an absolutely amazing life. It is time for you to claim your life today. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.